Raven-Symoné said some controversial things Friday on The View, I think it was. And we talk about crazy names. We was laughing at people's crazy names up here on Friday. And everybody laughs at crazy names. But Raven, she took it a step further. And you know, Raven's been a millionaire since how old? Like, I mean, That's So Raven and the money she made on Nickelodeon. She's been a millionaire, hiring people, running businesses. 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, and also don't forget, she's also been talking crazy already for a few years, just to be.
And she looks crazy with crazy hair. Look, I like Raven, but she said this.
Just to bring it back, can we take back racist and say discriminatory? Because I think that's a better word.
Yes, it is a much better word.
That's a better word, and I am very discriminatory against words like the ones that they were saying in those names. I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Andrea. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to hire you.
Really?
That's not your business, not their fault.
I would be such a beautiful King Kong Quisha, by the way, I'm letting you guys know.
But no, is that mean? Is that mean?
Yes, it's mean. It's discriminatory and mean.
Can I say the B word?
What, call her a bitch? Bro. I don't think you should.
I'm not going to call her that. I just wanted to say, bitch, your name is Raven. Like, what are you talking about? Your name is Raven.
Oh, and you have a rooster red mohawk haircut.
And what are you talking about? Like, you're trolling people, but it's working because it's upsetting to people, and especially because we on the same day or whatever was the same day we had the conversation.
Yeah.
So we're having this conversation about names.
Who's got crazy names? Laughing at the name
and having sort of a loving conversation that's funny because we know names are just names. They don't mean anything.
But we did say. And I will just take some calls. 800-223-9797. Is Raven being mean or is she being honest? Because we know applications for jobs, you get discriminated against when you have crazy names.
And that is true. You can't say
applying for apartments, you get discriminated on because of crazy names. Like sometimes they don't call you back. We've heard these stories before.
Yeah, but if the reason for that is because people in positions of power have always been older white people, why would a young black woman do the same thing?
Let's take the calls. Because even on Friday, a lady called and said she works at a clinic and a mom was in there. And the mom named her daughter Fruitopia.
After Snapple.
And
her other daughter, twins, Baby Girl.
I like that one. It's a nice name.
And the son's name, I forget.
I don't remember.
There was a son with, his name was Fire, spelled P-H-Y-E-R.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. Fruitopia, though. Rosenberg, you said, did somebody call Child Protective Services on this woman for naming her kid that? I made the joke, it should be criminal because her kid may not be able to get a job.
But I was joking.
But we know it's true. There's some truth.
If you were hiring somebody and you picked up an application and it said Baby Girl Jones, what would you say? Or Baby Girl Cruz, what would you say?
I kind of want to meet her.
No, you would not.
Sure.
You would think it's a joke.
I would definitely laugh, and then I would look at the credentials, and it's like, oh, well, Baby Girl Jones went to Harvard. I'm like, well, bring in Baby Girl. Like, what?
And that's you, though. That's you. So let's take calls. Is Raven just being mean, or is she being honest? We want to hear from you. Jamel from Brooklyn.
What's going on? What's going on?
Jamel, Raven said some controversial things you heard there. How do you feel? She being mean or she being honest?
I think she's being honest, man. I think she's just one of the most honest people right now because I feel like every boss thinks like that. Like, I wouldn't hire somebody with that name. And I think she's just one of the honest people just to bluntly say it. Because I know a lot of people just, like, they wouldn't just come to somebody and say, like, I'm not hiring you because of your name. They would just say, listen, you don't fill our qualifications, we're not going to hire you. I just feel like Raven's just 100% honest. Like, she just don't care. And she's just like, listen, I won't hire anybody with a crazy name. I think she's just speaking out loud for everybody else.
Thank you, man. Sandy from Patterson, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
So we know Raven's being discriminatory. She said she was. In the clip, she says it's not racist, it's discriminatory. But a lot of people are offended by what she said. Is she being mean or is she being honest?
Both. I mean, I think she's being honest on her behalf. But when you saying that you're hiring somebody, you got to look past you and look past the people that you're going to hire.
Well, Sandy, we know that's the right thing to do, but we know people don't do that.
Right. But, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, she got to look, okay, well, then put it like this. She got to look at where she came from, okay, because she was just a little kid on Bill Cosby. Remember that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now, and then on top of that, she had her own little TV show, That's So Raven, and then she had the little accident, and then she went through her own trials and tribulations, and now she's coming out saying, you know, these things that really meaningless. It might mean something to her. At the end of the day, you're offending people because the very same person that you say that you're not, you are.
Right. Very true. Thank you for your call. And you know what's funny? Thank you for that. Rosenberg, we talked about this a lot, right? How, and Laura, this came up, and I want you to read what Raven put on Facebook.
Okay.
Remember when Caitlyn or Bruce became Caitlyn?
Yeah. All the way back, I remember that.
Remember when? And remember when, what was it, like gay marriage just recently got pushed? It was through federal court, correct? The right for gays to get married just made it through federal court. It's not in every state, but I think they pushed it through federal court. Is that correct? Recently? And people were celebrating, right?
Yeah.
And I remember Laura Stiles, myself as well, you know, acknowledged that and celebrated that happening. Laura Stiles, you lost followers.
I lost followers, and I never received so much hate on social media because of that post. And of course, I celebrated because my sister's gay.
Right.
So it was a beautiful time for me and for all my friends.
But what was interesting is I found myself talking to black people who are anti-gay marriage because of their religious beliefs, and saying to them, how can you as a black person who gets discriminated against and how we've been treated in this country and on earth, treat someone else like that when you know you've been treated bad because of your look or, you know, your beliefs or your culture? How can you treat someone else like that? Here you have Raven-Symoné, who, what was her Facebook post say?
She said, my comments about discrimination have spun out of control. I'd like to begin by saying that I was not attacking a specific race, but repeating a name that was said in a viral video which received over 2 million likes.
So
I've been denied many jobs because of my skin color, body size, and age. And each time I was rejected, my self-esteem was negatively affected. So I empathize with those who feel victimized by what I said, but, and then she says, to be
blah, blah, blah,
Clean
blah,
up.
blah. Clean up,
But it's not even a good
I guess here's my point, though. My point is we all do things like this.
Yeah, we all
when we're
discriminate.
honest. Like, do I like what Raven said? No. But she's being honest about how she feels, whether it's wrong or right. We all do things like this.
And
is my
even
point.
her dad spoke out, and he was like, you know, Raven is beautiful and we love her, but sometimes she says some dumb shit.
I mean, look, we all do it. We, all of us. Nobody
But that doesn't
is,
mean you have to proudly say it. She proudly said it. I'm not going to hire you if your name's that. I'm going to do what every other person who was involved in discrimination in the past has done. I'm going to keep that going. I liked how the old white men, how they would not give people with black names jobs. I'm going to keep that going.
Right. It's
That's
funny.
what she said.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, Raven? You.